What's up guys, it's Talon here, and in today's video we're going to take a look at how you can improve your solo cash cup performance by analyzing solo FNCS champion Vert and how he won the solo cash cup. But before I get into this spot review guys, if you do enjoy my content or find what I'm telling you helpful, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. Also, if you wish to support me in another way, use code Talon.fm in the Fortnite item shop, #ad. But without further ado, let's just jump right in. Alright guys, as you can see on the screen, we have Vert's POV. This is going to be a VOD review of his 6 games, which allowed him to win the solo cash cup. Now, for those of you who do not know, Vert won the solo FNCS Invitational on West. He now plays East and is still one of the top players in the region. So let's just take a look, see how he won this cash cup. It's a little bit shorter video than normal, but we can still find things to use and learn. Really good right here. Escape route to get that important refresh. And this is already late into first game, as you can see. 12 individuals left. He doesn't have like a crazy pop-off moment really towards the end. He was just consistently good. Good refresh right there as well. You're going to see him here, someone just run at him, I believe, if I remember correctly. He doesn't have a lot of mats. He's just kind of going to make a play. Now with 380 mats and Spider-Man's, that opponent actually times him perfectly. That was Pump. But a really just interesting, just kind of VOD review of what I'm going to get into. Unfortunate with the amount of mats, game 2, he doesn't really dominate until really towards the later end. He just kind of warms up. You don't see him really play things. Really important pick right here. He was very low on Surge and he gets a nice pick back, and now you're going to see him use the Spider-Man with that being nerfed. He's trying to get a big off here and uses almost all of his mats. I love that use of an armored wall. We really saw that in the Snacky VOD review, him being one of the best players to do that. Now zone pulls back to him, but he's still tanking, so he extends out just a smidgen, but he doesn't have any type of materials. You know he's got to make a play. Catches his opponent, shambles on line ground. Look at this peak. Fantastic. A pick up onto dictating right there. And you're going to see him use Vert. He times this perfectly. Kind of what the last opponent did to him as well. Hits his last shot. A little bit better aim. Could have made that a little bit more clean. He gets dropped down to shambles. He's on a good side, but there's just not much he can do. There's so much congestion. But what he does later on really is impressive. You don't see him have a lot of minis. You don't see him be incredibly stacked. It just seems kind of a bit of a grind. He's only going to get 9th here. He's going to get shot in the back and then immediately die. 1 tap. Not the most ideal first 2 games. He did place pretty high. Two top 10 zones. You'll take it. He gets dropped down, nearly killed here. Now he could have used a armored wall to place a floor right there in that situation. Fortunately, he doesn't continue to get pressured, and he's going to use the Spider-Man. This was back when its charges was a significant amount. This strategy still holds. You kind of want to sit here, wait as long as possible, and then go. Even with 10, you want to do that. And it kind of fast forwards here as well. And you can see him here play backside, play backside, play backside. Just stretch this as far as he can, especially trying to get to 15, and then just wait for his opportunity. He gets an opponent. Now we don't see him use the Stinger here. A little bit surprising. Gets a kill on to Thatch. Gets the refresh he needs. Now he's not going to end up picking this elimination. He's going to get a little bit from it. He actually doesn't even go for it now that I remember. And he sits here, waits it back. Has no mats. And then he just sits in front of the wall. And so place 11. So we're not just popping off here. We're kind of slowly grinding out. And then we're using, honestly, a little bit surprising, just not as much due to the Stinger. He times this perfectly. Catches the opponent, gets a huge refresh. Now we catch him here on a much lower layer, 360. Now he's got to be worried. Peeking like this would get him fried, so I like him just backing off here. Still has a lot of charges. And he's sitting here waiting, he's waiting. And I think he's just going to wait till zone's right at his back. We see this constantly with Spider-Man. This is the best way to optimize Spider-Man. Takes it to a fantastic layer. This is going to actually be one of the reasons why he wins. Look at all of this space he creates on low for him to use. He finds a little bit of extra meat, and then he just bullies everyone low ground. Kills Miro. kills that opponent, and that's the refreshes he's going to need. He makes sure he builds too, gets everything. Good amount of mats. Now he's on backside, but again, because he has Spider-Man, he's able to go through. He cuts off, he stays ahead. Good attempt there, right? Not being passive. Good attempt to break that opponent in. And fortunately for Vert, we see Peterbot in the back of the tarp. Another elimination, but we're still just kind of maximizing. You sit here, wait till zones that are backed in Spider-Man. That is the most optimal way to use it. Now he's going to go for height here. He doesn't have a significant amount of mats, but he's griefing height at this point. And this is going to win him the game probably later on. Actually, now that I remember, he just kind of makes things annoying for height. But because he has Spider-Man, he's going to sit there, wait back, and you're going to see him again. He does the exact same thing. He wants height. You can tell that's what he's thinking of. He kind of scuffs mechanically, but he does get an important elimination. Just jumps off, gets ahead, cuts off this opponent, fries that opponent. Now you're going to see him just doing a great job of cutting off, using his mats to claim all the space he can on low ground. And you see this net him. He's able to fry height right here. Free elimination onto Illis right there. Okay, very, very nice peek. Very, very good from Vert. And as you see, it kind of been a struggle. He's been playing decent, like top 10s, top 5s, but he had a fantastic pop-off game. He was consistent, and then he got that Spider-Man. He finally got the Stinger, and the thing that won him that game is him flying ahead, forward, cutting off, getting those 2 kills. That, in my opinion, was what allowed him to win that game and extend it perfectly. And like I'm surprised. Now, this is something that I think is going to be a little bit more important. Carrying Harpoon. Just because of the fact that Spider-Man isn't as strong, Harpoon and getting just cheap mat refreshes with loot, that Peppers as well is another option, or being incredibly speedy. Now he doesn't have Spider-Man here, so someone flies into his box. Does a good job of getting away from that. That could have been incredibly awful. Sitting here, he's waiting, he's letting things develop. He doesn't really want to use a lot of mats to make the rotate. Good side right here. He didn't mean to do that. You can tell he was trying to conserve tarp. He's going to drop down all the way to low. Now he has 4 floppers, so that's kind of what his play is. You can RDC. You have to play to your look. Three builds. This is the time to play floppers. Sit back in zone and kind of stretch as far as we can. 96. Now, missed an opportunity right there to get an elimination. Opponent actually pre-fires him right here. Misses a shot as well. And we placed 20th. So not the best last game, and that was just from a scuffed mechanic right there. He tried to conserve tarp, as you saw. And again, with him being in wood, maybe not the most ideal. Maybe should have dropped a little bit lower, and you saw just how difficult it is to place in that top 10 range without Spider-Man. Now with things that are nerfed, I think Harpoon plays a bigger role. I think with the Peppers play a bigger role. You're going to have to find ways. You're going to have to make sure to get, have good RNG with launch pads. There's no really way to do that other than just prioritizing drops or recycling. That's going to be much, much more important. You're going to be seeing that a lot more consistently. But Vert, we just kind of saw like a grinder's mentality. That's like the thing that stuck out to me. He wasn't playing insane, but he wasn't playing bad. He was consistently placing high. He had that one pop-off game, and then maybe not the best last game, but just a little bit just of a testament of keeping your head in the game. All it takes is that one pop-off game, and we just showed him that he played Spider-Man well when he had it. It just, everyone I've seen that has Spider-Man sits and waits to backside a zone. Once it hits them in the back, they go, they box up and just repeat, and then look for refreshes. Now back, it's even more important because again, you only have 10 charges, so refreshes are going to be a lot more important. When you had 80 charges, you could do this infinitely. The games would last forever. You'd go into night zone, there'd be 10, 15 people there because everyone's just fighting around and not using mats. But that is going to do it for today's VOD for you guys. I hope that you did enjoy. If you did, please drop a like on this video, hit that subscribe button, and turn on post notifications. And I hope I'll be seeing you in the next one. Peace.